Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you are well. We are going to learn about getting our work back, our artwork, from where we've saved it. Then we are going to be using the layer tool, and because we are going to be mostly working in layers, and once we're in this layer section here, we're going to see some things inside this layer section today. But first we're going to have to go to File, and we're going to have to go and find our artwork as a PSD, so we can go and open, and then in an iPad we're going to go to Browse because it's in our files. Here's my class name thing. It's in my Downloads folder. This will be the same on your Mac, I would suppose, and your Chromebook if you're on those devices. You may have saved it on your desktop. You'll have a desktop folder. I don't on an iPad here, but I'm going to go to my downloads and my class name thing is there. And when it opens up, you'll notice that in my layers, it keeps everything as it was, which is important about saving it as a PSD. This PSD stands for Photoshop document, so it kind of tricks computers into thinking it's a Photoshop application, but it's not. Now, if we look closely, there is something that we have to check, and I'm going to zoom in here, because in our thumbnail we're going to have to do two things with our layer now before we go and use the magic wand and cut out all the white, because all we want today is we just want the tree. That's all we want. We don't want all that white stuff ruining our picture. We want to create a simple sort of forest feel. Also, this is a tree. It isn't an ABD2EFFA. Okay, it isn't this thing. So I'm going to have to give this a name so that we can work out quickly as a human that this is a tree. So I'm going to give it a name. The last thing we're going to have to do is just look closely as well at our layers, and we can see that there is an alert on our thumbnail as well. This tells us that we want to rasterize. Now it's spelled with a Z, but you would probably put it as S as in English. You need to rasterize this layer so that we can cut something out with the magic wand. Okay, so we're going to go and go with a magic wand, all right? And with the magic wand, we are able to cut out all this white by using a thing called selection. Okay, so that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to change the name, and we're going to have to go and rasterize this layer. So let's go and do that straight away. So go and open up your artwork wherever it is that you've saved it, making sure that you've got class name thing. Okay, and we're going to go into our layer on an iPad, and we're going to go to a thing called Rasterize here. And if you look closely while my layer is open, you'll see that this box will disappear like that. Simple. Then I can long press here on an iPad, okay, and I should be able to long press and change this name. There we go. If I double tap on it, I'm going to go and call this tree. So as a human, I can read this very fast. Okay, done. That's it. And next, we're going to go to our magic wand, which is W on a keyboard. Okay, so when you hit W, you will get your magic wand. Okay, I'm going to go there and get my magic wand. And we are going to go and just tap on the white now. I'm just going to get this out of the way so we can zoom in a little bit on here. So I pinched and zoomed on here, and then I'm going to go and tap on the white. Now you won't see this very clearly, but there is a very fine line of marching ants around our artwork here. This marching ant business is our selection, and it causes so many issues because you could have just that little bit there selected and just these marching ants around here selected and not really know that that's selected. You can't see it. And you're wondering why you can't edit your artwork. And I'm going to show you why in a second, because we need to do a thing called deselect. So we need to deselect quite a lot. We need to check this as our first option. Deselecting is very important because the computer thinks that you want to do something to this area. However, you will notice as well that the computer here has gone very crazy and has started to take some of the tree away. So you can see there's a fine piece of green around here. Let's go and have a look to see what the problem is here, because I'm going to show you what this is. At the very top, there's a thing called tolerance. Sometimes the selection isn't good enough and you need to increase the tolerance. So normally it's about 16, okay, which is kind of like the normal tolerance. So if we just zoom in again and just go and tap with our magic wand and tap around here, the tolerance now isn't so severe and it isn't taking so much of the tree away, which is kind of what we want. Okay, so what I can do now is I can see that the selection is just on the bark of the tree there and it's picking up the tree nicely. And what I need to do is go to my edit and I need to go and cut. And you can see that it's cut all the white out except for these pieces here. We can just simply go in with my selection and you can see that this is picking up too much, and then I'm going to go and edit and cut that out. I'm going to go and edit and cut that out, and you can see that as I tap on these things, it's cutting them one by one and making if you remember, I was talking about the eraser in our introduction. This is why the eraser, it wouldn't be very good for us to use an eraser in this situation, because I just want that piece out, but the computer knows where the edges are and it allows me to use the computer's accuracy to go and give me a pretty good cutout. What we're going to do next is we're going to create a simple line of these across here. So we're going to continue to use selection and we're going to go and copy and paste like we do in Word and PowerPoint and all those other applications and make a simple forest scene. Okay, go and check out your layer, give it a name, rasterize your layer. Okay, so make sure you've rasterized your layer so you don't have that square, and then cut out the white background out of here and see if you can get inside the branches of the tree as well. Right, Year 5, as always, good